Now, we did hear of people getting their things stolen from them, like at night. People would come in and do certain things to get into their house and break in and steal from them. Shalom YouTube family, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the family. In today's video, we'll be giving you the major differences between Dar es Salaam, Tanzania and Kigali, Rwanda. Also on this channel, we'll be traveling throughout the continent to show you the real Africa. So if you like content like this, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell down below. Let's get started. Now, the first difference we're gonna get into is security. So statistic-wise, the crime rate in Rwanda is about half of that of Tanzania. But in both of those countries, we felt very safe. Now in Dar es Salaam, we stayed there a lot longer. We was able to do a lot more. We've been out at night. We just went around the whole city and we never had any issues. We never been pickpocketed or anything like that. Now we did hear of people getting their things stolen from them, like at night. People would come in and do certain things to get into their house and break in and steal from them, but it never happened to us. Now in Rwanda, we haven't had any issues whatsoever when it comes to crime. Like we said in the previous video, we were in a more local area in Rwanda, Kigali particularly, and I mean, everybody was friendly, the people were nice, and it just goes to show that they did a really good job in the last 20, 30 years from what happened with the genocide in the 1990s. So I would say we would have to give that one to Rwanda, Kigali, Rwanda. But both countries are very, very safe. So if you're a person that's visiting, you have nothing to worry about. Now let's get into scenery. Both cities are very beautiful. I mean, one of the most beautiful cities that we've ever seen. When it comes to Dar es Salaam, it's more of a tropical beach vibes. You have beaches all around. You have just on probably about 30, 40 miles out, you can go to Zanzibar, and that was for sure the most beautiful beach we've ever seen. I mean, the water was incredible. The sand was like pillows on your feet. It's something that you will for sure have to see at least one time in your life. Now, when it comes to Kigali, Rwanda, like we said in the previous video, the mountains. It's a land of 1,000 mountains, and that's the real thing. When you first come in, you see the mountains and the clouds almost, the houses within the mountains, the greenery, just everything about the city is just beautiful, vibrant, green. And it's something that you also will have to see at least one time. So I have to say both of those cities are next level when it comes to that. Now, when it comes to the city, I would say Kigali, Rwanda is a lot more cleaner than Dar es Salaam. It can kind of be an issue in Dar es Salaam with trash that's around the area. It's a lot of littering and stuff like that. Even though the city is very nice and beautiful, there's a lot of trash around. Now, when it comes to development, I would say Dar es Salaam is a little more developed for sure. They have more buildings, more malls, updated malls, just everything about the city is just a little bit more developed. They're probably about 5 to 10 years ahead of Kigali, Rwanda when it comes to that. So when it comes to the city, I would have to for sure give that to Dar es Salaam. Now, overall as a whole, as far as scenery is concerned, I would have to say it's kind of like a tie. I really like the nature, the hills of Rwanda, but also I love the beach vibes in the city from Dar es Salaam. So I would say let's get a point apiece. So now let's get into cost of living, and let's start with food. Now, the food in Dar es Salaam is way cheaper than it is in Kigali, Rwanda, like by far. When you go to the markets, you can literally, I can probably go to the market, spend about $3 or $4 in Dar es Salaam and get everything that I need when it comes to fruit and vegetables. I mean, mangoes, watermelon, passion, pretty much everything that you could want with just $5. Now, mind you, we didn't go to a lot of local markets in Rwanda just because we didn't see a whole bunch of them for the time we was there, and we lived in Tanzania for a lot longer than we did in Rwanda. But just from what we've seen, the prices are a lot higher in general when it comes to food. Now, when you talk about grocery stores in Tanzania, it's still cheaper. It's obviously going to be more expensive to go to grocery stores because items are imported, but it's still a fraction of the cost than if you were trying to buy something in Kigali, Rwanda. Also, rides are a lot more expensive in Kigali for the simple fact that they don't have the services like Uber and Bolt like they do in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. Now, in Tanzania, you can go 10, 15 minutes and just spend a few bucks on getting to those places through Uber. When you look at Kigali, Rwanda, it might be triple the cost doing the same thing with a taxi. And it's always more beneficial in Kigali. Just find a driver and come up with a rate that's good for the both of you guys. It'll be a lot cheaper than using an app like Move, where it can get very costly when you're not even going very far. Lastly, we want to get into our housing situation in both of these countries. Now, like I said before, we did actually live in Dar es Salaam, so we actually rented places out for a longer duration of time, but let's just do Airbnb to Airbnb. Now, our first Airbnb that we stayed in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, was only $17 a night, and we have a video showing that Airbnb. I'll put the link up, but it was only $17 a night, and it was like 3 bedrooms, really nice, ocean view property. Like, we had everything, and that price, I mean, you can't beat that price anywhere that we've stayed throughout Africa. In Rwanda, we paid about, I think it was around $38 a night for the Airbnb, so obviously it was a lot more expensive, and we got a lot less. We was in about a 2 bedroom, but the finishes and stuff like that of that place wasn't as nice as the one in Dar es Salaam. So I would have to say Dar es Salaam is a lot cheaper when it comes to Airbnbs. Now, also to mention, when you're staying and renting long-term in Tanzania, Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, it's a lot cheaper. I think we had a house and we paid only $450 per month. And the house was 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, but was beautiful. So that just goes to show that staying long-term in each place could save you a lot more money than obviously doing an Airbnb. So when it comes to the cost of living, we have to give that to Dar es Salaam for sure. It's way cheaper, like way cheaper. So point for Dar es Salaam. Now let's get into food. Now in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, the local food is some of the best we've had on the entire continent. The kuku and chipsy, which is like chicken and french fries, the mtori, which is like a banana stew. I mean, just, it's phenomenal, like better than anywhere. Now when it comes to Kigali, we had probably one thing we had local, and I would say it was like chicken, but it was really good. But just comparing from what we had, we have to give that for sure to Dar es Salaam. Now let's get into international foods. The international foods, I would say in Kigali probably was a little bit better. Actually, like if we were getting Indian food or we was getting Thai food, it tastes like Thai or Indian food. It tastes how it was supposed to taste. In Dar es Salaam, some of the places, they kind of just put stuff together. Like we got pasta from one place and it really didn't taste like Italian pasta. They just kind of threw some stuff together, and the pizza it wasn't that good. So the international foods, I would say in Dar es Salaam, we didn't love too much, so we for sure have to give that to Kigali. Now let's get into grocery stores. In Kigali, there wasn't very many options when it came to grocery stores. They had some, but the one that we went to, they didn't have much. It wasn't very big, and a lot of stuff that we usually use to like cook and make our dinners with, they didn't have. Now in Dar es Salaam, they have bigger grocery stores. They have a lot more variety. It's not like on the level of Kenya, but they still have a lot of things that we can use and to cook with, and have a lot of the meats and stuff that we like. So I would say in that aspect, Dar es Salaam is better when it comes to grocery store shopping and getting the things that you need. Now when it comes to shopping at local markets, like for fruits and vegetables, I would say for sure Dar es Salaam is winning. I feel like they had a lot more variety of different fruits and vegetables, and I feel like the vegetables and fruit taste sweeter. It was just better overall, I feel like, in Dar es Salaam. So I would say overall we would have to give the food to Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. So that's another point for Dar es Salaam. Next up, let's get into weather. Now, we've talked about both of these countries when it comes to their weather. In Kigali, it's obviously elevated a lot more, so you're gonna get more cool weather, cool breeze. It's not gonna be as hot throughout the year. In Dar es Salaam, it's pretty much at sea level, so it's gonna be a lot more humid, being that it's the beach is right there everywhere you go. It's gonna be hotter in general. Like, it can get really, really hot in Tanzania, and you almost need AC when it gets to the summer because it's humid and it's hot, so you be just sweating. So I would say for sure we prefer the weather in Kigali a little bit more than we do in Dar es Salaam, just because we like that cool breeze. I don't think you really throughout the year need AC. Now you might need a heater in Kigali, but I don't think you need AC throughout the year just because it's so cool and you get a good breeze from the morning and evening times. Lastly, let's get into entertainment. Now, Dar es Salaam, we seen that they had like water parks and stuff like that, but as far as like going places to do stuff, it wasn't a whole bunch to do. Now, when it comes to like the nature side of things and doing things in nature, I would say Dar es Salaam, when it comes to the beaches and come to just outdoor events, Dar es Salaam have a lot to do. Now in Kigali, we showed you a few things with Kigali that we did already in some of our videos, like the zip lining, horseback riding and stuff like that, which was all at one place. Now, beside that place, we didn't see a whole bunch of stuff that you can do. We seen that you can visit the gorillas and stuff like that. But I would say when it comes to entertainment wise, both places have a lot of room to grow. And I think they'll get there pretty soon. So when it comes to entertainment, I probably would have to say it's kind of a tie when it comes to both of them, because it's just not a whole bunch of things that you can do. But like I said, in nature, that's where you're gonna get your fun and entertainment. So overall, I would have to say that Dar es Salaam is probably gonna win over Kigali for the simple fact that we just liked it a little bit more. We love both places. We think both places are great, but for our lifestyle, and I think that what really sets it apart for visiting and living is just really the cost of living is what really made the difference for us. Because Tanzania is so much cheaper. Everything else is so close, but that discrepancy really makes a difference. So we want to just say we love you guys so much, and we thank you for watching all the way through. And if you like this content, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell down below. And as always, family, shalom.